so what do you do with $1,000, right?
Right.
I think you just got to keep investing in you until like, now I'm making $3,000. Okay, boom, reinvest all that again. But what we do is we start taking it off the table, right?
We save it, we don't invest it.
So I think people just need to get on that cycle of like, okay, I'm gonna keep repeating this activity. I'm gonna reinvest some money in myself, go to the workshop or whatever. Monday, I gotta be hustling again. Until, okay, now I got $4,000. Okay, now I got $5,000. Now the income's starting to pick up. Income has to pick up. The income should be an indication that whatever you're learning is helping you.
That's interesting.
Until one day you're like, okay, I have more money here than I can actually
invest in myself.
I can't, there's nothing I can go to get rid of this money. You need to get rid of that money though.
All my free time is going to my workshops. I don't have more free time to invest in me.
Yeah.
I'm developing skills, I'm working, I'm earning more.
Yeah.
Now, what's the next step?
Yeah. Now it would be, okay, I got to spend money on marketing. I wouldn't go look for an investment right now. I'm going to spend money on marketing now. Now I'm going to spend money on marketing to get me more leads. And I would, big mistake I made in my career was not spending more money on marketing. I should have been spending money when I was 25 years old. When I was selling cars, I should have been spending money on ads. But I was scared, man. So
what made you not scared 25 years later?
Hey, what do all these successful people have in common? Whether it was the mattress dealer, the car dealer, the furniture dealer, or Elon Musk, they spend money, man. They spend money, they spend a lot of money. And they don't worry about money the way I was worried about it. They use money, they used it. They didn't save it, they didn't hoard money. And the greatest companies on this planet today, the ones that have some of these companies have lost money for 25 years. Look at Amazon. Reinvest, 1.7 million employees. When I started, I remember I looked at Ernst Young, I said, I had a buddy that worked at Ernst Young. I said, how many employees you got? He's like, 240,000. And I'm worried about 10 people? What am I thinking? So when I quit studying individuals and started studying people, everything shifted for me. When I quit worrying about what Bob was doing or Pete or whoever and started saying, hey man, what is this big company doing? Because that also relieved me of being competitive with this guy, Pete, and started saying, okay, I'm gonna go do what Coca-Cola does. So that's when I wrote, if you're not first, you're last, because when I started studying these companies, I'm like, Coca-Cola's everywhere. You can't go any place and not see Coca-Cola. And I was like this big. I was always thinking about what can I keep? And they were thinking about how many shells can we get on? How many eyeballs can we see? See, the problem is nobody wants to confront the real magnitude of the mathematics. No, what you're saying is you can't imagine how to get to 20 million. See, I wish somebody had told me this in accounting. I went to accounting I spent 5 years getting an accounting degree. I only went there for one reason. I thought they were going to teach me how to account. I thought it was a freaking money course. Okay? No. I'm thinking in the 5th year, dude, it took me 5 years to get out of this course. I'm thinking this year they're going to teach me about the money. There's nothing about money. And the only reason I went to that course was to figure out, dude, how do you make money? How do you keep money? How do you multiply money? The basic money class. So, if you just do the math, a guy's like, oh man, 80 grand, I'm good, 80 grand. Another guy's like, 100 grand and I'm good. They haven't done the math. Another person says, if I just have $1 million, I'm good. But you haven't done the math, the actual math, how much money is that really? 100 grand in Los Angeles. 13,000 goes to the state, you have $87,000, okay? Half that goes to the federal government, you're at $42,500. I've done the math. So most people have never done the math. There is no school on it, there's no class on it. Why would I diversify? Why? Rich people do not diversify, okay? The wealthiest people on this planet, when they went into trains, they went all in on the trains. When Henry Ford went into cars, he didn't diversify, he went all in on cars. Elon Musk, he's going all in on solar. Right? That's how you make hits. So where do I put my money? I put my money, number one, where I have total control. Number two, where it is indestructible. The investment has to be indestructible. So I'm indestructible, right? I can invest in me, and I'm in control of that investment. I would tell everybody, don't even invest. Don't even think about financial investment until you have 100 grand set aside. And until then, you got 5, you got 10, you got 22, you got 50. Just keep reinvesting that money in yourself, courses, classes, whatever, until you're taking the action necessary. The money will show up at the bank. And then the second thing is where the money goes, okay, the money's got to go into something indestructible. No technology can wipe it out. And it needs to be very simple for me. I buy apartment buildings. And so the simple thing is I buy a place where somebody has to live. They rent it from me. And they're going to rent it from me for years, and that's going to pay down the debt on that place. I don't own homes. I don't buy houses. I buy rental property that people have to live in, they want to live in because they're great properties. They're really nice properties, and it's affordable living.
You know, I used to tell myself I would never have anything to contribute to the world until I was 50. Because I'm very immature. I've always been described as a rough diamond, like rough around the edges, abrasive. I did not think I would have anything to contribute worthwhile until I was 50 years old. And that was about the time the economic collapse was, the Great Recession. And I was so lost in that financially. I didn't understand. I was actually being formed right there. I was being matured. I was being prepared for whatever's going on in my life right now. Really, the creation of Grant Cardone has happened in the last 10 or 12 years, not before that. The Grant Cardone people know today is being developed right now. And I would just tell people that are older, like, dude, you're gonna have more energy later unless you don't. You're gonna have more genius later unless you refuse to. You're going to have the ability to influence more unless you refuse to influence. And age has got nothing to do with the game. Small always gets hurt. And that was my big wake-up call in 2008. I didn't have enough assets. I didn't have enough money. My business was too small. My customer base was too small. This is not about the mortgage crisis. It's not about the builders. It's not about the strippers that got 17 loans. This is about me. I was in this pile of I was in this fear. I let my family and myself down. Everybody has money problems. I just realized when I was saying that, I'm like, oh yeah, I have money problems too. It's a flip side of the problem. So it's not really a problem with money, dude. It's decision making. Every day I'm doing stuff that's like, there's some things you're always by yourself. There's some things in life that no matter how much love you have or how close your partner is, you're still by yourself in that moment. I can talk about it, I can share it, we can hug it out. I'm still left with the burden of that decision, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, no, I have to do it this way. Like everyone is against me doing it that way, except me.
If you're looking to start a new side hustle or even a new business, check out the link in the description below.